Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Stitch Sessions. In today's tutorial, we're going to talk about how to do the join as you go granny motif technique. So many of you really love working on granny square projects, and so I've had a couple of my students ask about the join as you go method. So that's what I thought would make for a great tutorial today. So I've got a few granny squares already made here. And of course, anytime you're working on any project, always make sure you have a handy pair of scissors close by and a darning needle to sew in your ends later on. Okay, so the type of yarn that you would use doesn't really matter, depends on the project. I happen to have made these granny squares out of the Bernat Handicrafter cotton. So that's what I will be using today. It is a medium 4-weight yarn. And I just happen to be using a size 5mm hook for this particular project. Okay, so here's what you want to do. To begin your join as you go, you want to make sure you have all of your granny squares ready to go and done. So in this example, I have done a granny square with 3 rounds to it. Now, this particular granny square already has the border I'm going to be using for these squares. So the 4th round in this particular granny square is the border, and this is the color I'm going to use to join as you go. This is probably the most common way people do it, but some do it with different colors. It's completely up to you. I've chosen to do mine in white. So the first thing you want to do is create a border around your first square. And of course, before you do that, you want to organize in what fashion and what order you're going to do your squares. These are just some samples I've put together, so I don't have a particular order that I'm going to be working on. But the first thing you want to do is do a 4th round, which will be your border. So this is the square I'm going to use to work off of. Then you're going to take the next square. So I'm just going to take this one, and you want to begin working one of the sides of your border. Okay, so you're going to place a slip knot on your hook, and you can start in any corner you like. I'm just going to start away from the join there, and I'm just going to slip stitch to join here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create half of my corner here. So I will chain 3. And then I will do 2 more double crochets into this corner space. Okay, so as if I'm going to do just a regular corner. Okay, just like that. So we're only going to do half of this corner because we will come back around to it after. So from here, I'm just going to work down my side like I usually would. And for those of you that chain 1 in between your shells, you would chain 1 here and then go in. I generally don't, just personal preference. I always recommend if you're a tight crocheter to definitely chain 1 in between. So you're going to do a shell into the shell space, I call it. And that consists of 3 double crochets, just like that. And then you would go into the next space. And now we have come up to our next corner. And this is where we would begin to join to our anchor square, I like to call it. So you're going to go into the corner space and begin a corner as usual. So you will do your 3 double crochets. So there's 2 and there is 3. And by the way, I realize I'm zipping through these double crochets. If you're watching this video, I am assuming that you are already comfortable doing double crochet stitches, especially if you are researching how to connect your granny squares. So that's just why I'm kind of zipping through it a little bit. So in the corners, we generally chain 2. Some people chain 3. So right now I'm going to chain 1. But before I do the second half of the corner, I am now going to attach to my original square. So I'm just going to insert my hook into any old corner. So you can choose the corner you want. Insert your hook there and slip stitch to join. Just like that. And then I would chain one again. Okay, so now you've attached this corner to that corner, and now you will finish your corner as usual. It's going to be kind of flippy floppy there, but just focus on finishing your corner. So you're going to place 3 more double crochets. Just like that. Okay, so now you're attached. Okay, so you're going to go into the next shell space, and what you're going to do is, before you do that, you want to go into the next shell space of the original, and you just want to slip stitch to join to that. Okay, so if I take that out so you guys can see. So we slip stitched in this corner, then we finished our corner with 3 double crochets, and now we're just slip stitching this space to that space. So now you can see that the tops of the shells are going to line up nicely. Okay, so just so you can see that there. And then I continue on working into the next shell space of this square. So it does feel a little funny at the beginning because you've got that other one flopping around, but just try your best to focus on the one you're working on. So we've got a second double crochet and your third to create your shell. And now you're going to go into the next space and slip stitch to join. So each time you slip stitch, you see what that does? Is it butts up the tops of the shells to each other. And so that's going to allow your square to sit nice and flush and join as you go. Okay, so I'm going to keep going on to the next one. Whoops. So once you slip stitch, you just come back to where you were. So I happen to be here, going into that space. Whoops. And shell stitch into there. I'm just going to try to work over that tail. Okay. So I've done that shell, and now I have another space there, so I just go into that space and slip stitch to join. Okay. And now I'm coming up to the corner. Now I know it's going to seem kind of funny because it looks like, uh-oh, it's falling short. But remember, we are forming the border that will equal in length or in size to that square. So don't panic if you see that. So we're going to work our corner, yarn over. So we begin our corner as we usually do. 3 double crochets. And then 1 more. Now remember, we have to chain 1, then go into the adjacent corner there and slip stitch. And then chain 1, and now you're going to go back into your regular corner and finish the corner with 3 double crochets. And you should notice that once I take this out, so that second shell is now allowed you to come around the corner. We're going to finish working our border here. And that is the easy join as you go. See, it's not so daunting, is it? There are several different techniques to doing this, but I find this one is the easiest. So what you can do is you can line up your squares this way. So for example, I'm going to finish this round here and then come down the way here and then jump over and attach this one. Now, different people do it in different ways. Some people like to attach, then snip, then bring the next one and do the same technique. It's completely up to you. Some people like the idea of just continuously trying to go as many as they can before they have to snip their yarn. So I will show you how I would attach onto the next one. So I'm just going to finish my border here and I will be back shortly. Okay, so I'm just coming back. Remember, we only started with half of the corner, so I'm just kind of finishing the last half of that corner. So I've come all the way around. I'm going to put one more double crochet in here. Now I'm going to chain 2. You might chain 3, so do you. And now I'm just going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 that we started with. So that would finish this round here, and I've attached to my first square. Now I always look for ways to keep going as long as I can before I have to snip off and start again. So this is how I would attach the third one, is I would just turn my work this way and I would begin in the top right hand corner. Make sure that the right side is facing up, whatever your right side happens to be. So I'm going to start in the corner and I'm going to start again with only the first half of a corner. So all I did is I double crocheted right away into that corner there. Okay, let me do that again. I feel like I did that really fast. Okay, so I've got my right side up and so I've turned my work this way. So we just finished that. And I am just going to yarn over and right away, whoops, that's my tail there. I'm going to go into this corner and pull up a loop and do a double crochet. And bammo, I'm attached again. But I'm going to just create that half a corner like we did before. And of course, you want to make sure you pick up the squares in the order that you wanted your design. I just happen to be doing random colors because these are leftovers of the cotton yarn. Okay, so I've done my half of the corner here. And now what I want to do is I want to go into the next space because we've just technically worked out of that corner. And I'm going to now pick up, so this is my anchor square now, and I'm going to insert into that space. And I'm going to slip stitch to join that. So if I take that out, you can see that we're now kind of along the same lines as what we did with the other square. Okay, so the top of that shell fits with the top of that shell. And that's how I would do it. So then again, I'm going to go now into the next space and create a shell, 3 double crochets. Okay, and then again, I come back up here into the next space. I'm just going to slip stitch and then continue on into the next space again. So I'm just going to pull that out there. So there you go. You can see that they're matching up again. So exactly the same way. And so then I would just continue once I got to here. I would do my half of my corner, reattach to here, and then finish the corner, come around the bend, and I would continue and then finish my corner here. And if you wanted to keep going in and do a row first and then come back, then you'd have to snip your yarn. Or for me, I would probably, once I've finished this border, then I would probably introduce a new square over here and then do the same thing I did with this guy, create the border here, and then continue on, finish the border, then introduce a new guy, and then kind of go as follows. I could probably do another 2 squares before I'd finally have to cut my yarn and start over again. But it's just kind of, I kind of like doing, I guess it's like a game to me, is to see how far I can go without snipping my yarn. But the gist of this story, I know you're thinking, what is she talking about? I have a tendency of going on tangents. But the gist of this story is I just wanted to show you the easy way that you can do the join as you go method for attaching your squares together and creating a pretty little border. So as you can see, that white is now together, and you don't have to worry about sewing it in. Of course, sewing and whip stitching is another method of joining your squares together. But I hope today you enjoyed checking out how to do the join as you go, and I hope you found it as easy as it really is. So see, if I push that apart there, you can see where the joins are. But I love it. It looks really, really cool. Okay. If you have any questions, of course, guys, you know you can leave me a comment down below. And I've had a few of you actually email me, which I love. So if you want, you can email me directly at info@crochetcrafty.com. And we now have a newsletter, a monthly newsletter, where we give away a free written pattern every month. And we go over some of the things we've been going through in the tutorials, as well as in my live crochet class that I do online. And if you're interested in taking part, it's a live interactive class, and I usually do it in 4-week series. Check out the information in the description box down below, and I think you'll really, really enjoy it. As always, you know you can also find me on Instagram at The Stitch Sessions. And I love having you guys come along on my crochet journey and checking out all of the shenanigans I'm up to. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do any crochet conversations lately. Of course, at the time of this filming, we are still under a global quarantine due to the pandemic in 2020. Hopefully that will be up soon, and we will be able to get out and hang out with some of our friends and crochet and chit chat and all that fun stuff. Speaking of chit chat, I know this is a long outro. I've also been doing a crochet quick chat segment where I answer some of the most common crochet questions. So I think I'm going to put a playlist for it right above there, and I'll put it in the description box down below. So you can check out some of those if you have any kind of shop questions, so to speak, on certain situations. So I answer some of those questions, and I throw them out there every week and sometimes every other week. So feel free to check those out. And in the meantime, have an amazing day, guys. Happy crocheting and take good care. I'll see you guys in the next session.